Why might you choose not to check the SSI application option when you file for disability benefits? I'm Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security disability attorney representing clients in all 50 states. And over the course of the past 15, 20 years, I have filed a lot of disability applications. Sometimes my staff does it, sometimes I do it, but I've certainly filed a number of applications. I'm very familiar with the application process and all the questions that are asked in an online application. And I will tell you that one of the options you have when you file for disability is to choose the option, it's a checkbox basically, that you do want to file for SSI benefits. If you're not familiar with what SSI is, basically in the disability world, the definition of disability is the same. It has to do with your capacity for work, but there are two disability programs, two main programs. One is called SSDI, which is based on earnings, people who've paid into the system and they have enough credits, or essentially insurance credits, to qualify for disability. And the second type is SSI. SSI is a means-tested program, meaning that you're only eligible if you have very little, you're indigent, you have very little earnings, anything coming into your house. That could be support from family or friends or a spouse's income, and very little in the way of assets. I think you can have $2,000 of assets, and they let you have a house and a car, but beyond that, really not much of anything. And so SSI being means-tested, it's sort of a separate entity, again, same definition of disability, but if you win, Social Security has to confirm that in fact you meet the what they call the non-medical qualifications for SSI benefits. Now, usually when you file an application for both SSDI and SSI, you check the box. Social Security will do a quick look and they will determine that you have too much household income and you don't qualify for SSI, and they send you a letter which basically says, we've looked at it and your non-medical situation is such you don't qualify for SSI. Very confusing letter, because people get it and think, well, they just turned me down. I just filed my application 3 weeks ago. What they're doing is they're saying, based on your household income, and there's other questions they ask about spouse's income and things like that, you don't qualify. Sometimes they don't catch it, or sometimes you may qualify for SSI at the moment you file, but you may not down the road because you're getting married or whatever the situation may be. The other thing about SSI is you're only allowed to collect SSI as of the date you file for disability benefits, whereas with SSDI you can get up to a year prior to the date of filing in terms of past due benefits. And so if your onset date is, let's say, 2 years ago, you're eligible for up to a year prior to that. You won't ever have a situation where you'll be eligible for SSI and not SSDI. SSDI has a 5-month waiting period, so sometimes you could qualify for SSI during the 5 months, but a lot of people who file for disability benefits are asking for benefits going back well before the date they filed. Therefore, there would never be any SSI available to you. The point is, and again, go beyond the scope of this video to explain who might or might not be eligible for SSI, but a lot of times, if just something as simple as having a spouse who is working will disqualify you, or having some sort of money in a retirement amount would disqualify you, or applying for benefits more than a year prior to the date of application would disqualify you from SSI. In that situation, I would tell you, if you don't qualify for SSI, and it's really unlikely you ever would, don't check the box, because if you check the box, what happens is, and they don't catch it, you get approved, and then your case has to be reviewed. They do what they call an income and resource review to make sure that you're in fact qualified for SSI. So the payment office is getting ready to cut you a check for SSDI. Okay, before they can cut the check, the SSI folks have to do their review. That's in a different office in a different state, and that can take time. And I've seen it, I've had a couple of cases recently where it delayed the issuance of my client's check by 3, 4, 5 months. I had a couple of situations where it was basically until I got on the phone and started raising, you know what, my client's money was tied up indefinitely. So if there's no reason to pursue SSI, then don't, because it's just going to add a layer of complication. The other thing is, and this is not a huge deal, but I think it's relevant, is you start getting letters from both SSDI and SSI, and again, after you win, the SSI letters say first, yes, you're entitled to SSI, here's what you're going to get. Then 2 or 3 days later, no, you're not entitled to SSI, And it just gets very, very confusing, and people get very freaked out, very upset by it, because they're told in one case they're getting some money and then they're not getting money. So the bottom line is, if it's a situation I'm representing somebody, we're filing an application, and it's clear there's not going to be any SSI available, I don't mess with filing for SSI, because I just think it just adds to the confusion. It increases the chances that your case is going to get tied up in bureaucratic morass. It's going to be really confusing, and there's just no really good reason for it. So if you think you have an SSI case, by all means do it. This is, again, somebody, if you want to talk to an attorney about it, you can certainly discuss it. But if there's no way SSI is ever going to be part of your claim, then don't bring it in, is my feeling about it. So that's my take on the SSI checkbox. Please visit me online if you have any more questions about Social Security disability in general. You can find me at ssdanswers.com. I have there a free Secrets to Winning Disability survival kit. You can download it. Comes by email. I also have a place you can ask for a free case evaluation, and people do that all the time. I review the cases and give them an opinion as to whether they have anything or if they want me to represent them. I can also do that. Again, I'm nationwide now. And the reason for that, by the way, is because Social Security hearings are virtual. That option, it looks like it's been pretty much the only option for the last couple of years, but I think it's going to be an option going forward. So I am able to take cases all over the country. So if I can be of help to you, I'd be certainly very happy to take a look at your claim. If you thought this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and like the page, or subscribe to our page, and leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions about what I'm talking about here, the SSI option, and how to apply for disability. I try to respond to the comments as best I can, and if I can be of help to you, I'd love to do so. So for now, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, wishing you all the best. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.